The Mind Stone is one of 6 Infinity Stones within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and today I'm going to go over the Mind Stone's history, how it was created, what it went through, what abilities the Mind Stone has, even some abilities that we haven't seen on screen. Keep in mind that this video is only on the Marvel Cinematic Universe and will not contain any information from the comics or any other sort of Marvel universes that exist out there in the world. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Before creation itself, there were 6 singularities, and then the universe exploded into existence, and the remnants of these systems were forged into concentrated ingots by 4 cosmic beings known as Death, Entropy, Infinity, and Eternity. After the Mind Stone's creation, it traveled throughout the cosmos for millennia, being used by various entities throughout the universe until the mad titan Thanos sought out the stone to perform his own dark deeds. However, Thanos did not hold the Mind Stone for long. In his quest to subjugate Midgard, Loki made a deal with Thanos to invade Earth on his behalf to secure the Space Stone contained within the Tesseract. Thanos lent Loki an army of Chitauri and entrusted the God of Mischief with the Mind Stone, which was encased in and powered the scepter. While in possession of the scepter, Loki was granted complete dominion over the mind, which Loki used to turn Dr. Eric Selvig and Clint Barton to his side. After being captured by the Avengers, Loki's scepter was taken in possession of S.H.I.E.L.D., where Bruce Banner and Tony Stark studied the artifact. However, the Mind Stone was quietly affecting the team, slowly turning them against one another. Eventually, Loki was able to escape the helicarrier thanks to his mind-controlled minions and reclaim the Mind Stone for himself, and use the scepter to murder Phil Coulson. During the chaos on the helicarrier, Black Widow was able to subdue and strike Hawkeye hard enough to remove the effects of the Mind Stone from him. After arriving in New York to begin the invasion, Loki was confronted by Tony Stark, who he attempted to mind control with the scepter. However, Tony's arc reactor prevented Loki from touching Iron Man's body, which was apparently necessary to enslave the minds of your targets. Or, at the very least, Loki could not figure out another way of doing so, at least with the Mind Stone, as Loki has very powerful spells which he can use to ensnare the mind if need be, like he does with his father Odin during the events of the Convergence and the Dark Elves' second invasion. Shortly after this, Loki lost possession of the scepter once again in a battle with his brother Thor, and the scepter was used by Black Widow to help end the Chitauri invasion by closing the portal opened by the Space Stone. After the dust had settled and the Avengers claimed victory, the Mind Stone was given to Alexander Pierce, former Secretary of Defense, member of the World Security Council, and secret HYDRA leader. Pierce then sent the Mind Stone to Wolfgang von Strucker, who led the HYDRA research base located in Sokovia. Using the scepter, Strucker performed various experiments on residents of Sokovia, killing many who volunteered. However, the Mind Stone was able to unlock latent powers that had laid dormant within the Maximoff twins, Pietro and Wanda. Pietro was granted super speed, while Wanda unlocked an entire host of unique and powerful abilities. Using their newfound powers, the duo were sent out to defend the base when the Avengers attacked. But ultimately, they let the Avengers escape with the scepter after Wanda peered into Tony Stark's mind and found that he may be the key to destroying the Avengers from the inside. Now in possession of the Mind Stone, Bruce Banner and Tony Stark used the complex neurons that they were able to locate within the Mind Stone to create the artificial intelligence known as Ultron, which ultimately backfired as Ultron turned against his creators and captured the Mind Stone for himself, which he used to ensnare the mind of Helen Cho, who he needed to make a new, more perfect form for his consciousness to reside in. Placing the Mind Stone within this new form, Ultron intended for the stone to be a part of him after his evolution. However, Ultron lost possession of his new body and the Mind Stone during the Battle of Seoul. Tony Stark and Bruce Banner once again attempted to recreate an AI like Ultron, but instead they used Jarvis as the base. With the help of Thor, the body was brought to life and called Vision, named after Wanda's vision of the tragic future Ultron meant to create. One with the Mind Stone, Vision would use its incredible powers far more effectively than Loki was ever able to do. However, even Vision did not fully understand its capabilities. The Mind Stone remained within Vision throughout the coming years as he served as a member of the Avengers until Thanos sent two of his children, Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive, to retrieve it after Thanos had lost it to Loki all of those years ago. After realizing that they could not defeat Thanos, the Avengers decided it would be best to destroy the Mind Stone to prevent Thanos from ever obtaining it. But to do so, they would first need to remove it from Vision. So the team traveled to Wakanda, where the young genius, Shuri, worked diligently to remove it from Vision while keeping his sentience and personality intact. But ultimately, she was unable to do so as Corvus Glaive attacked her lab, forcing Vision to protect her and bringing Vision into battle. Eventually, Thanos arrived at the Battle of Wakanda with a nearly completed Infinity Gauntlet, forcing Wanda to kill Vision by destroying the Mind Stone encased in his head. While Wanda was successful, Thanos was able to turn back time using the Time Stone and claimed the Mind Stone for himself and used it in unison with the other Infinity Stones to wipe out half of all sentient life in the universe. Shortly after this, Thanos destroyed the stones using their own power. As for the capabilities of the Mind Stone, we really never get to see what it can do at its full power, as neither Loki nor Vision could comprehend what it was actually capable of, and Thanos obtains it last and only uses it twice, snapping away half of all sentient life and then destroying it along with the other stones. However, we do get to see some of what it can do when used properly. Of course, we know that the Mind Stone has energy contained within it that can be expelled in the form of various blasts and beams. Thor also stated that the stone's power was much more terrifying than Ultron or anything the Avengers had seen in their heads, implying that it has more latent power than the destruction that Ultron would cause. Helen Cho even says that if the truck containing the Mind Stone were to crash, that it would level an entire city. Not only does it contain seemingly immeasurable amounts of power, but it's extremely durable as well. It can only be destroyed by a similar power to its own, such as Wanda Maximoff's. Additionally, the Mind Stone seems to have some form of sentience itself. After all, Tony states as much when he mentions the neural network contained within the scepter, and we can see that it does affect others' minds while not being wielded, such as in the first Avengers film. It was also confirmed that the Mind Stone was subtly corrupting Loki, increasing his negative feelings toward Midgard and his brother Thor. It can also be used to unlock or receive hidden knowledge or truths, as Selvig claims during Loki's invasion. This could also be similar to the power that it has to unlock latent abilities within unique individuals. The wielder of the Mind Stone can also use it to project an illusionary form of themselves across the universe. Loki does this during the first Avengers film when he speaks with Thanos' servant, the Other. And the Other can also physically interact with this form, so it's unknown if this is an ability of the Mind Stone or if this is an ability of the Other. Now, these are the powers we see throughout the films, but there are additional uses for the Mind Stone that are expanded upon in guidebooks and other materials for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Mind Stone also grants the user telepathy, telekinesis, enhanced high levels of intelligence, dream manipulation, and of course, complete mind control. Not only this, but if used in conjunction with the other Infinity Stones, it can be used to manipulate every other mind in the universe simultaneously. In the hands of a proper wielder, the Mind Stone could be one of the most dangerous Infinity Stones, and Thor was correct. It could unleash incomprehensible horrors. Now, as far as we know, the Mind Stone has been destroyed in the main universe, but still exists outside in other dimensions. Why Vision has the Mind Stone in his head during WandaVision, we're not quite sure, but I'm sure we'll find out soon. And that's really all of the information we have on the Mind Stone at this point. After going through all the movies, various guidebooks, this is everything that I was able to compile on the Mind Stone itself. Let me know down in the comments if you think I missed anything, and also be sure to let me know what you want a breakdown in the MCU of next. We've done a bunch of different lore videos for the MCU and plan to continue to do so. So be sure to let us know what you guys want to see a video on, what might be confusing, what you don't understand, what you want more information on. Let us know. We'll be sure to get to every one of those videos eventually. Thanks for watching, everybody. We really do appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. It does help us out a lot. And remember the motto, it's the Mind Stone over everything. And I'll see you guys next time.